5 families as a small get together.
Like Indians discriminated against Indians. It's like if it's an Indian, then you make him wait. If an American, you don't make him wait.
Yes.
In the same land, in the same environment,
Same. Exactly.
things or top five things that, that
Actually,
Indians can do to integrate well with the American culture, right? Should bring them to
Don't
the
microwave curry.
the
third
second one is the hygiene.
I mean, India is a cultural pot with so many people from different people talking on the show are like the ideal people or anything. We've also done so many things in ignorance, and just have a perception of that is the first step. Like I perceive few things, and if I don't perceive it, I don't know. Being the representative of India
Exactly.
in a way, because you're a representative sample of the billion people transplanted
Exactly.
here.
Before. It's not the first time that we exhibit Telugu movies or any other Indian movies. But sorry, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. It's not the first time we exhibit these movies. We never had problems before. So I will ask you to leave, please. I'm really sorry, but I will need to leave. Okay, everybody now is being asked to leave. So please.
In Dallas or somewhere wherein people were making a lot of noise, they were throwing paper confetti. That's how they celebrate in India. If there is a movie theater, right where the movie is being projected, they tear a lot of
Oh,
newspapers
that's fun.
and throw it right in front of the projector. So the entire movie theater is filled
Yeah.
with trash, right?
Cool.
So they did similar stuff here for the movie.
Right.
And then I saw that the theater authorities came and then
They stopped the
they
movie
stopped the
screening.
movie and then kicked out everybody
Yeah.
out of the theater.
Exactly.
So what was your knee-jerk reaction to that as a journalist?
Yeah. Like, earlier I used to enjoy that heat of the moment because as the time progressed, like, you become more matured, like, because this is not the way, like, because someone else is working on it, right?
Yeah.
If you throw the paper, who is going to clean it up?
Yeah.
Like, there is no vacuum machines under the seats. You have to go pick it up. Like, you're putting a lot of people under stress for the next because every show is tied up, like, within 15 minutes break.
Correct, but let me interrupt you. So that is happening in India. For the same movie, it probably happened in India. It's happening here.
Right.
It's the same specific movie, right?
Same specific
Same
Is
movie.
it
specific
a
So why are you excited? Or do you have the same feelings for what it's happening in
No,
India? No.
no, it is not.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's okay to happen to throw stuff in India?
Yeah,
It's not okay.
not right.
So I'm gonna disagree with this one, ready? And here's why. If I own that movie theater, you said it's an Indian movie, right?
Right.
Not Bollywood. I know there's two other main
Mhm.
areas, right? So if the word gets out that hey, we show is it an Indian movie theater?
It is no, it's a
Like an
Harkins.
AMC, a
It's like
Harkins.
Yeah.
Harkins or AMC.
But if I'm Harkins and there's a lot of Indians that live in Arizona, that becomes like a selling point. You know
Saying you
what?
can come and do that.
Do what you want to do here. Like we if you already know what it is, like don't come destroy the place. But like if that makes the culture a little bit better in that movie, it's kind of like have you ever heard of Rocky Horror Film? So I've never
Rocky Horror
seen it.
Show. Yeah,
Rocky Horror Show,
absolutely.
thank you. So I've never seen it. I know it is, and I just listened to podcasts about this. But part of what kept it going, and culture-wise, is people would reenact it. They would throw like
Yeah,
umbrellas up in
with
the
also.
air, and
Yeah,
they would like lipstick people.
yeah,
So as a movie theater owner, I would think like this is great. Like if I could be the one movie theater that lets Indians throw their papers up, they're just gonna come back and rewatch it again. They're gonna tell their friends, I now have guaranteed tickets for the next movie that I do. And so
See,
I'd be okay with that.
the way I would do it is this is what America makes it great, wherein people are willing to accommodate what you are going to bring. You bring a bad package, we are going to package it so that we are going to make sure you are comfortable. That is what make America great. And I think people who are coming here, they have to also make their contribution to make it great, wherein they have to try to fit in with what is acceptable. Just that they are accepting doesn't mean you bring your entire thing, like you bring the entire
yeah,
newspaper trash there.
yeah.
You have to be respectful of the law of the
Land.
ways of land.
Yeah,
It's not law, it's not ethics, it's just the way of land. Like if the way of land is in movie theaters, if people are quiet, if people just come watch movie, go do their business, and then you can socialize in your private home
correct.
or somewhere, I would still think that even though the American theater owner is able to accommodate it, you have to respect The courtesy of the
Yeah,
land is my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I agree.
What do you think? Do you
Yeah,
agree with me?
see, even like, let us say if my children has seen the movie along with them, they won't like it. They won't
My kids won't
ever,
like it.
yeah,
I
they
show
won't ever come back to the movies again, Indian movies, because
Mm,
see, they want to enjoy the movie,
yeah.
not the people of the movie.
Of
Like, I don't
atmosphere.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Does this movie? So there was an issue going on with Minions, and like 100 kids, high school kids, would dress up as Minions and
Mm,
like destroy, like literally just disrupt it, make a big scene of it. So I think there's a difference. Is it malintent or is it part of the experience? Because it could be fun. Like if
yeah.
it's like three, two, like this one scene, right? Like woo, winning,
Yes.
right? We throw rice or we throw the newspaper.
that's a good
Or is it
point.
like I'm here to actually disrupt the people actually want to watch it? Then that's being rude.
Or you should make it as a fan show, like kind of Rocky Horror Show, like a
Yeah,
fan
yeah,
No,
show.
no,
okay.
I think stepping back, see, I've had good success convincing my kids to do something that they don't like is by setting the expectations. Like I'm going to tell them, now we are going to this uncle's place. We are going to leave at 3. Then we have to go to Home Depot. Then from there, we are going to go to Cold Stone to eat the
Yeah,
ice cream. We set the
yeah,
expectation. Then it will go fast. Otherwise, if I don't tell them anything,
yeah,
then it's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
So for the organizers of the movie theater, they have to set the expectations when they are running the movie, saying this is what is going to happen. We are going to help clean it up, or we are going to pay extra for the extra cleanup is going to happen. So we, as people coming into a foreign land, it's our obligation to set expectations. The same thing happened with Holi. They played Holi in Chandler in a community
right.
where they play with colors. It's very common in India. We play with colors, like even in big apartment
So
luxury
like the chalk in
complexes.
the air.
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay,
chalk
okay.
in the
Like you
air
wear
and
white and then at the end of
yeah,
it. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So it's very well accepted in India. Even in luxury homes, they play for it, and once there is color, you all gather up,
yeah,
clean it up together, and that's part of Holi.
Yeah.
yeah.
You do the same thing here at a community wherein there is pool, and they added all colors in the pool, and they did it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which will be taken of it, like
Americans are like, oh, that sounds like fun, and they go. You think that they're saying it's really fun?
no,
They're being respectful.
like
That respect we cannot take it
yeah,
too far.
like let us say, like you come back tomorrow and you meet me somewhere whenever we meet. You'll talk about something happening with India, some news item you read about India. Hey, India, like this Adani group or the stock or or the port or the budget or something. You talk
Mhm.
about something what you read on Yahoo Finance or Google Finance or some CNBC somewhere. You come and talk to Indian because you expect that that's this particular Indian being from India knows something about that topic. You want to get some information,
Some insight,
some
like
insight,
insider insight.
right?
So back to the stereotypes. One of them I forgot was developers, software. So maybe I'm talking about software development
Yeah.
in there.
Yes, yes.
So you expect that and you raise the question.
Yeah.
Majority of the Indians I have seen my in my circle. If you come and ask, they'll say, you know, man, so many things happen. That shows the mainness about your culture, your identity. Because you're coming to ask the question not to an individual, but you're asking as an Indian who knows about India, who knows what is going on, who is actually abreast of the things.
Hmm.
So for me, if I don't know the answer, if I'm not aware of the news, that is, I didn't read the news for the last 1 week, I should still say, sorry, I'll get back to you on that. You don't know, I'll get back to you. I'll give you the right information. So that at
Key
least gives
point.
a minimum expectation. Rather than don't alienate the problem with
Uh,
yourself as if you are more superior
Yeah.
than what is happening, what the trouble is happening in India.
Yeah.
That is so wrong.
no, it's like this, right? I mean, not even complicated new stuff. People
Yeah,
ask about arranged marriages. They say,
yeah,
oh, you're Indian. I heard there is arranged marriages. You can say, oh, that's an old
yeah.
thing. I
No,
don't care. I have love marriage and
exactly.
just leave. What, what you're saying is, if I may summarize it, I should say, for everything there is pros and cons for
Exactly.
every
Yeah,
incident. If I were an Indian, I would say yes, arranged marriages has been there in India since centuries,
exactly.
and the divorce rate is the lowest in India.
Yeah.
with the arranged marriages. And the reason it is like that is because for arranged marriages, they go back 7 generations and make sure there is compatibility among the different
Correct.
families.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's why there is a union, and the chances of wife and husband sticking around is higher.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Of course, there is some bad stuff
Yeah.
about arranged marriages. People don't get along and still they shut up and
Yeah.
lead their life. That's the negative of it. But there is everything positive and negative.
Yeah.
But as an Indian, being the representative of India
Exactly.
in a way, because you're a representative sample of the billion people transplanted
Exactly.
here,
Yeah.
you are expected to gather the pros of it and share the pros of it.
Yeah.
And if your personal opinion has some
Include
cons,
it.
throw it in
Include it.
also.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing
That's
would
okay.
prevent
Yeah.
you from brushing it off and saying you don't care about it.
Yeah.
But you're obligated in a way
Yeah.
to gather the information through either Chat GPT or
Exactly.
go to Google, find
Yeah.
it, or
Find it.
ask your parents, ask your friends,
Exactly.
hey, what is this
You have,
thing that is
yeah.
happening?
You're so busy in the WhatsApp group. At least ask someone in the group.
Group saying,
What
okay,
is
this
this about?
American asked me, what
Yeah.
is this?
What is this?
And provide your impression of it.
We actually, so the software company I had going on for a while, our team was in India. So I used to ask him about cultural questions all the time. I love learning about that stuff. And one of them did have an arranged marriage. So we talked
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and and the other one said that I was supposed to and didn't, and then like there was a consequence to it. And I think it was like the wedding wasn't paid for, something along the lines of like
Right.
that, where it's like, okay. So I did get to hear the experience of like both sides in there. I liked, I mean, they're so happily married and there,
Yeah.
so it's fascinating stuff. I always thought.
Yeah.
No, see, I feel end of the day, the world is becoming a melting pot. People are moving everywhere. People are more
For better or
accommodative.
worse.
Yeah, for better or worse, I think it's for better only, mostly because people are bringing the best of what they
Yeah.
learned, of what their
Mm-hmm.
background is here. I know some Americans who moved back to Bangalore,
Yeah.
they are living there, happy. People are moving to Japan, China, everywhere, right? So every culture has pluses and minuses, and everybody should put their best forward when they go to a foreign country.
Yeah.
That way, their culture is well understood and appreciated. If you, as an Indian, are going into, let's say, South Africa, you have to be the best Indian and
Thank
reflect
you.
it properly.
Thank you.
It goes everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
if an American is going to India,
Yeah.
I want the American to represent the best of an American.
America.
You can't be a jerk living in Bangalore and just screw up American culture
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
everybody thinks Americans are like that,
Exactly.
which is not true.
That is what. No, you nailed it. That's a ultimate point. Like, you be the best of everything. You are coming from your motherland.
Yeah, and you have to
Yeah.
make an effort to learn about your
Yeah.
culture. Granted, you might not know everything about the
Yeah.
culture. You might be busy somewhere else or you grew up in a different land, but everybody has an obligation to learn their culture. So now let me circle back to AZIndia, right? You've been running AZIndia, you've been writing articles on culture, and whenever India wins a cricket game, you're cheering when we won the Oscar, no, a Golden
Yeah.
Globe last week, you
Yeah.
were the first one who broke the news.
It's
So,
all part. Like, when India argues with Pakistan, we'll be the first one to.
yes.
So it is good. Like, the culture-wise, people are very receptive with all those new developments coming from India, and like, being the media, like, with the newspaper and everything. Like, people still, like, reads and talks about it, and we want to portray as much Indian as possible. Like, we want to, at least we want to align or portray the policies what Indian government is doing, current Indian government. Like, it is all about the growth. It's always about they talk growth. The growth factor is like, happening. And another point which I missed about when you talk about Indian politics to any Indians, one of the thing which I noticed through my eyes is Indians majority likewise, they will talk about that regional politics, about their community, about that caste, about their state politics. But when you said be the best Indian, that point, this Indian, one of the basic etiquette is when you're here, you zoom from your local identity, zoom out and see India as a whole,
Oh.
not as your own city, not as your own state. You talk about the policies of India, what
Of the
is good
country
pro.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that is the biggest missing point piece.
because people are
Yeah,
gravitated to what they're aware
what
of or where they are
exactly.
from.
Yeah,
When you think about the further you are away from home, the less of an impact like this specific is. So it changes at India.
Right.
you'll feel in America. Maybe not your home city or your home state.
Yeah.
Just like if I were to go live in India, let's flip it. I might be interested in what's going on in Arizona. I'll follow the Arizona Cardinals,
Right.
my favorite team.
Yeah.
But as far as property taxes going up, small details like that, I won't care about.
Right.
Yes.
But maybe if there's a big reform on the national level, I'll be like, oh, that's something I now pay more attention to.
Yes.
Further away.
Yeah.
So when people are going to ask me, hey, Kenny, you're from America? They're not going to say, tell me about the property taxes in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
yes,
right.
right. That's a very good example.
This is exactly the
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to know.
It's also hard because
what
it's
is.
prideful from where you're
Yeah.
coming from. And like before I'm an American, I feel like I'm in Arizona.
Right.
Right.
And you know,
That's a
you
Yeah.
guys
good
may
point.
feel like before you're Indian, you're from
Yeah.
like more of a citizen of where your cities were.
Right.
So that they could resonate a little bit more,
Yeah.
which is why people might
Yeah.
not talk about their specific.
Right. See, people will talk to you, like, when they, let us say, when you visit India, they'll say, man, like, you guys send so many tanks to Ukraine now. So is it going to be a World War III?
Yeah.
They won't ask about, like, what
Yeah.
is Katie Hobbs doing in Arizona with
Yeah.
Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
things, right? They will talk about this. So everyone expects, like, you being a representative of the country, you should know what is the latest things.
Yeah.
What do people really think of Indians?
But we have to be very mindful of all the people, like, where we work. Like, I don't care, like, I come in my pajamas, means,
You're in the best position to be best of both worlds. Okay, what is good from India that we can learn and bring it here, and what is good from local land here that we learn and implement? So,
so sometimes, like majority of the times, like let us say Kiran is hosting a party, a get together, small get together for 5 families. And he'll give a time like 7 p.m. sharp.
5 families is a small get together.
yeah. But it's small together for Indians.
For India.
Block
Yeah.
party for holy cow.
So the expectation is like when he says like 7 p.m., he wanted everyone to be there by 7 or 7:10 max.
Yeah.
So that way his program can continue. So the others can also enjoy the appetizers or whatever is lined up,
Yeah.
right? Some people like will come around 7, some of them will come around 9 or 8. So like whatever he has planned, set
Yeah.
up the meal or preparation was prepared for that 5 set of 7 people or 10 people, right? When you already have 2 or 3 families lost in that, so that whole program gets messed up. Because the thing is, then the person who will, our one majority of the India, they'll say, "Oh, sorry, I'm stuck at somewhere else, and I have to take care of this." That. I mean, that's okay, but he's also waiting
Yeah.
there. He, along with his wife and his children, they're all waiting, and we should be very mindful about their time. Their time is also precious because they arranged a get together with 5 other families.
Yeah.
Time
So,
punctuality. See,
yeah,
time punctuality. What bothers me is like Indians discriminated against Indians. It's like if it's an Indian, then you make him wait. If an American, you don't make him wait.
yes,
In the same land, in the same environment.
same, exactly.
It's funny how it works because even when we show homes, my agents complain that people are not showing up on time. People are not showing up on time. They say 12 o'clock, they show up at 12:45. And it's a big deal. While while the same Indians are able to respect time with Americans, why is that? Why aren't they doing it? Why are you like doing it for against our own?
Yeah,
It's a problem.
it's a
This
it
is
is
this is
take
about
it for granted.
Yeah.
taking others
Yeah.
for
Exactly.
granted.
Well, my viewpoint on that is always depends like what the event is. So let's just say if we're watching a sporting event, all right, I'm like as a host, I'm like, come in
Yeah.
anytime. Now if it's we're having dinner, we're doing these time things in there. Like if you want to do we want to watch dinner, watch a movie, play games.
Yeah.
All within 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
4 hours.
So you plan the set of 5
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. And then like I do feel it, especially for the host, like you get ready all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cleaning
All
up.
exactly.
yes, all
And
day.
That
then
is it.
but would you rather them
You
say
nailed it.
party starts at 5, you always have the people that come at 4, and you're not done cleaning yet or
Yeah.
getting ready, and then you got people that show up an hour late.
Yeah.
We always tell people, hey, be here at the time. Hopefully, if it's a major event, we're going to start at 5:20.
Hmm.
And that's just what all I can do is communicate my expectation to them and saying, this is when it's starting. I'm not going to wait
Yeah.
on you guys. If you show up late, you show up late.
But the thing is, for the Indians, for that party or for the timing, right? It is not the activity on that particular day. They plan it 1 month in advance. Their
Um,
mind is set.
It's a
Everything,
RSVP.
the preparation or whatever, the food or
yeah.
everything is planned and prepared and arranged for that group of people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I feel time punctuality. It has to be effectively communicated by us also, right? So when we are hosting people, we say IST is Indian Standard Time. We have to explicitly say no, it's MST this time. It's not IST
Yeah,
anymore. 7 p.m. is MST.
MST.
MST. So that way people know. Sometimes I also show up late because if they say 7, I know everybody is showing up at 9. I don't want to be showing up at 7. So I show up late and that is actually causing a collateral damage
Yeah, correct.
into the host schedule and it's a bad thing actually. So we as hosts, I think it starts with the host. They have to say, okay, we are going to start 7 p.m. MST and be on time. They have to explicitly say that so that everybody knows. How do you feel when there is so many people from other places coming to your hometown and then they kind of take over or they try to rub the culture onto you? I don't want the people listening to it think that okay, people talking on the show are like the ideal people or anything. We've also done so many things in ignorance and just have a perception of that is the first step. Like I perceive few things, and if I don't perceive it, I don't know. And
Correct.
somebody, I should be open for perception. So if you have any feedback on this, please let us know, and we'll be happy to address it in the next episode.